Hassan II, July 9, 1929, July 23, 1999, was King of Morocco from 1961 until his death in 1999. He was the eldest son of King Mohammed V and his second wife, Lala Abla bint Tahar. Hassan II became king after his father's death in 1961 and ruled the country for 38 years until his death in 1999. During his reign, Hassan II oversaw significant political and economic changes in Morocco, including the establishment of a new constitution and the withdrawal of Spanish colonial forces from the disputed territory of Western Sahara. He also played a key role in the Arab-Israeli peace process and served as a mediator in conflicts between other Arab countries. Hassan II was known for his authoritarian style of rule and for his efforts to modernize and develop the country. However, his regime was also criticized for human rights abuses, including the use of torture and the suppression of political dissent. During his reign, King Hassan II of Morocco maintained a complex relationship with Israel. Officially, Morocco did not have diplomatic relations with Israel, and the Moroccan government supported the Palestinian cause and the Arab-Israeli peace process. However, there were also reports of unofficial and covert contacts between the Moroccan and Israeli governments, as well as economic and cultural ties between the two countries. Hassan II was known to have had personal contacts with Israeli leaders, and there were reports that Morocco served as a mediator in secret negotiations between Israel and other Arab countries. Hassan II also played a key role in the Arab-Israeli peace process, serving as a mediator in negotiations between Israel and other Arab countries. In the 1980s, he hosted a meeting in Casablanca between Israeli Foreign Minister Shimon Peres and King Fahd of Saudi Arabia, which was seen as a significant step towards a possible peace agreement between Israel and the Arab world. While Morocco officially did not have diplomatic relations with Israel, it did not take an active role in the Arab-Israeli conflict and maintained a policy of neutrality. King Hassan II of Morocco had a complex and controversial position on the issue of Western Sahara. Western Sahara is a territory located on the northwest coast of Africa, which was formerly controlled by Spain. After Spain withdrew from the territory in 1975, Morocco, Mauritania, and the indigenous Sahrawi population all claimed sovereignty over the territory. Hassan II believed that Western Sahara was an integral part of Morocco, and he pursued a policy of Green March where he sent 350,000 Moroccans to the territory to assert Moroccan sovereignty. He also proposed a plan for autonomy for Western Sahara within the framework of Moroccan sovereignty, which was rejected by the Polisario Front, the main Sahrawi nationalist movement fighting for independence. The conflict over Western Sahara has been ongoing for decades and it remains unresolved to this day. Morocco has maintained control over most of the territory, but the Polisario Front controls a small portion of it, and the UN has been trying to negotiate a solution to the conflict. Hassan II's position on Western Sahara was widely criticized by the international community, including the UN, and human rights organizations for the violation of human rights of the Sahrawi people. King Hassan II of Morocco had a complex and often tense relationship with Algeria during his reign. The two countries have a long history of territorial disputes and political rivalries, dating back to the colonial period and the independence of both countries in the 1950s and 1960s. One of the main issues that strained relations between Morocco and Algeria was the issue of Western Sahara. Algeria supported the Polisario Front, the main Sahrawi nationalist movement fighting for the independence of Western Sahara from Moroccan control, while Morocco claimed the territory as an integral part of the kingdom. This led to a series of border clashes and tensions between the two countries throughout the 1970s and 1980s. Another issue that strained relations between Morocco and Algeria was the issue of the Oued Dahab, a region that was ceded by Spain to Morocco but claimed by Algeria. Furthermore, both countries have a competing claim on the sovereignty of the Tindouf province, an area in the western Algeria where many Sahras live, and that Morocco claims as part of Western Sahara. Beyond these territorial disputes, the two countries also had differing ideologies and visions for the region. While Morocco was a monarchy with a relatively strong central government and a pro-Western orientation, Algeria was a republic with a more socialist and anti-colonial perspective. Overall, the relationship between Morocco and Algeria was marked by mutual mistrust and hostility, and was characterized by a lack of diplomatic relations, border closures, and sporadic outbreaks of violence. King Hassan II of Morocco had a complex and often tense relationship with the press and journalists. While he did make some efforts to modernize the country and open up to the outside world, he also maintained strict control over the media and used a variety of measures to suppress critical voices. Hassan II's regime was known for its strict censorship laws and for its use of arrests, imprisonment, and torture against journalists and writers who were critical of the government. The regime also used financial and political pressure to control the media and to silence dissent. Journalists and writers who were critical of the regime faced harassment, intimidation, and imprisonment. Many were forced into exile or went into hiding. The regime also suppressed the publication of books, newspapers and magazines that were critical of the government. Despite these restrictions, there were still some journalists and writers who managed to produce critical and independent work. They faced risks, but they were able to report on social and political issues and to expose human rights abuses by the regime. The King of Morocco was known for his speeches and his quotes, many of which reflected his views on politics, religion, and the role of Morocco in the world. Here are a few examples of some of his quotes. The nation's dignity does not come from its size but from its history and its achievements. Morocco is a country of peace, a country of tolerance, a country of dialogue, and a country of moderation. Morocco is a country that is open to the world, that is looking towards the future, that is defending its values, and that is proud of its past. The question of Western Sahara is a question of national sovereignty, a question of territorial integrity, and a question of the dignity of the Moroccan people. The Islamic religion is a religion of peace, of tolerance, and of dialogue. It is a religion that calls for understanding, for mutual respect, and for cooperation between all people. The real challenge facing the Arab world is not the challenge of the outside world, but the challenge of modernization, of development, and of democracy. These quotes give a glimpse of his beliefs and his vision of his country and the region. They also reflect his perspective on the major issues that the kingdom was facing during his reign. King Hassan II of Morocco received several awards and prizes during his reign. Some of the notable ones include the Grand Cross of the Legion of Honor, which is the highest decoration in France. The Collar of the Order of Isabella the Catholic, which is the highest decoration in Spain. The Order of Abdulaziz Al Saud, which is the highest decoration in Saudi Arabia. The Grand Cross of the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany. The Grand Cordon of the Order of the Rising Sun, which is the highest decoration in Japan. He also received several honorary doctorates from universities in Europe, the United States, and Canada. In addition to these awards, King Hassan II was also awarded several peace prizes for his efforts to promote peace and reconciliation in the Middle East and North Africa. Some of these peace prizes include the Simon Bolivar Prize for Peace and Understanding, which was awarded by the Latin American Parliament, and the Peace Prize of the French-speaking countries, which was awarded by the International Organization of the Francophonie. King Hassan II also was awarded several other prizes for his role in the Arab-Israeli peace process and his efforts to promote economic and social development in Morocco. King Hassan II of Morocco died on July 23, 1999, at the age of 70. He had been in poor health for several months prior to his death and had undergone surgery for a herniated disc. His death was announced by the royal palace and was met with widespread mourning in Morocco and around the world. After his death, he was succeeded by his son, King Mohammed VI, who is currently the King of Morocco. Hassan II's death was followed by a period of mourning in Morocco and flags were flown at half-mast. His funeral was attended by many world leaders, including the King of Saudi Arabia, the President of France, and the President of Egypt. Hassan II's death marked the end of an era in Morocco, as he had been the king for 38 years and had played a central role in the country's politics and international relations. He was known for his authoritarian style of rule, his efforts to modernize and develop the country, and his role in the Arab-Israeli peace process. His death was seen as a turning point in Morocco's history, and many Moroccans hoped for a more democratic and open future under King Mohammed VI.